Start.
Start with.
It's recording right now.
Ask me questions.
What was going through your mind that day?
How about you want me to just start from the beginning?
Yes.
Okay. I woke up about 6:50. Sorry, I'm nervous. Okay, we went to the Walmart. Stuart and Ellis. I don't know. I was the one driving. We had to go pick up Jack, and Jack's got a Walmart Supercenter by his house. And I thought about, well, let's pick up Jack and then go to that Walmart. Last minute, when I was going down Lamb and I was approaching Stewart, I was like, screw it, I'll go to this Walmart over here by us. Get it over and done with. When we got to the Walmart, we're standing, we're like, getting close to being next in line. There's only one person that was helping the return line. And Joseph and I were just watching these employees arguing about having to move this big box. He had a couple different guys whining to the manager why they can't do it. And I was having a good time watching that. And I was like, I'll wait till me and Joseph get done here. We'll get back in the truck and we'll sit there and talk about it and laugh about it, get each other's opinions about how stupid they were acting. Not knowing that 3 minutes later, the two gunmen came storming into the Walmart. Well, I don't know, my memory's kind of fuzzy because I thought Joseph was at the checkout being helped, but when I saw the video on the news, he was still in line.
And unfortunately, he did not know about the second gunman.
And my memory is I went to the entrance where they just walked by, wondering what I should do, knowing that my hands are tied because I ain't got a weapon. Didn't know Joseph had his gun. I looked at Joseph and I saw him going for his gun and he had it in his bag. And before I can blurt out, let's don't do this, let's go. I just kind of froze and he disappeared into the store. And I was debating whether to go in there after him. And then I heard gunshots. I go, well, he's gonna exit. He's gonna know he's over his head. He's gonna exit with me. So I left the store. Stayed at the entrance waiting for Joseph to come out. Everybody else came out but Joseph. And I was still debating whether to go back in the store, but then the cops were showing up. The cops got there pretty quick. And they were ushering me away from the entrance. If I would have known, if I had to do over again, if I would have known that Joseph wasn't going to turn around and come out, I would have gone in with him. And I don't know, just personal stuff going on in my life. I just knowing how much he's loved and how much he's got, how close he is with family, and I don't know. I just kind of wish it was me instead of him. I don't value my life that as much as I value his.
Do you have any opinion on the negative comments that were online? For example, the people who laughed at him and because he thought his gun was a magical shield.
My opinion is those guys probably can't carry guns for whatever. They're probably ex-felons, whatever. They probably can't carry guns. They're jealous that he's getting all the attention, and everybody's treating him like a hero, and they know that they're zeros and there's nothing they can do about it. So it doesn't matter to me.
There's plenty of those online, but like I say, in my opinion, those people just want their 15 minutes of fame and know what they can do is to degrade somebody who's dead. And apparently their parents did not teach them to talk down to, didn't teach them to respect the dead. And they can run his mouth as much as they want because there's nobody to defend them, except for the other hundreds of thousands of people who have attacked them.
They're probably just anti-gun activists, who don't think that, they think that the cops can protect them, The cops can't always protect you. You're walking down the street, someone pulls a gun on you, they'll shoot you before the cops arrive. Cops can't protect you. Cops have guns to protect themselves.
The unfortunate reality of the situation, the cops are there to worry about the crime after it's already been committed. They won't get there during the crime, but it's their job to figure out what happened. So I'd rather be the one explaining to the cops why there's a dead guy in front of me, instead of having the cops try to figure out who killed me. Anything else you want to say about Joseph? Or about the sociopaths who thought they had a right to take lives that day?
I don't care about them.
That's why I don't use names.
Me personally, it's hard for me to have friends. I mean, it's just I'm a special person. It takes a special person to like me.
Aw.
Just because of my mental instability, and I don't know, maybe I'm more likable than I let myself to be, but I close myself off to people, and the few friends I have, which is very few. Joseph was just a really good friend, and I miss him every day. We did a lot together.
Like,
Yeah, just 4x4 and working on cars. We got stuck in the snow one day. We had to have a cop take us down to the freeway, and we called his mom, and his mom came and picked us up, and we got stopped by cops out there thinking we were hitchhiking, and I don't know, we just did a lot together.
yeah, no, what I can say I miss about my brother is, honestly, unfortunately, mainly you got into this whole thing of guns and crap, is he'll find something online about firearms or anti-gun people, and it'll send him over the edge. He'll send it to me. We'll both go ballistic about it. I send it to anybody else in the family, and they just don't give a crap. So what it comes down to is, I personally, when it comes to something I find, I personally have nobody to share it with, because nobody else in the family gives a shit about it. So
I have a few coworkers that are gun activists, and whenever they post anything, I usually I'll tag Jack in it, share it.
I try to find somebody who had your same interest, when the one person who basically shared all your interests was gunned down in a Walmart because two people thought they had the right to take lives.
That's funny because, like, Joseph, we worked together. I had a job placing real estate signs, and Joseph helped me out with that, and we'd goof off doing it. I mean, there's nobody watching us. We just had to get them up before the next day. Before the next morning came around, so we spent all night just screwing around, putting them up. And I remember one time we were out in the middle of the desert putting up signs, and not in the middle of the desert, on the side of a road. And sometime through the night, Joseph realized his phone was missing. So we called his phone, just wondering if it was at home or whatever. We're trying to listen for it. We couldn't find his phone. And we put the signs up Friday night. They stay up all weekend. And then Sunday night, we go back and Sunday night, Monday morning, we go back and we pick up the signs. And Joseph was freaking out because he lost his phone. And we were pulling the signs out of the dirt. I get to the one spot. I look down and I see a telephone sitting there, a cell phone. I pick it up and it was Joseph. Nothing wrong with it. It was fine. It was just sat in the desert for the weekend. Another time we put I had a Jeep that was a Jeep truck that was stick shift. And we found an open road, nobody around, just a long open road. So put it in gear. We both hopped on the hood and just rode the hood for a little bit while the truck drove the stuff down the street. I forgot what else I was going to say. There's something else that came up. I taught him how to drive a stick. Gave him a hard time, teased him whenever he stalled out, and which made him a stronger, better stick shift driver because he was worried about stalling out and me giving him a hard time for it. And the truth of the matter is, I still stall out vehicles to this day. Not often, but sometimes I'll like miss a shift or something.
Okay, I have an answer for this one, but I'm gonna ask you first. What is the good that has come from what he did?
Obviously, you know, the countless lives he possibly saved. I don't know what else good came out of it.
Well, in my opinion, what good could have come out of it is now, if somebody does something that's stupid, one, there's a possibility that somebody else may try to stop them, or they may not do it because they don't know if there's going to be somebody else in there that will fire back. Because when those two people went in there, they weren't expecting any resistance. Now with what Joseph did, that might be a second thought on their mind. It may not be as simple as they thought it was. Which actually I've seen a few news stories, which I won't get into, that it has happened. It does something they thought they found an easy victim, and it turned out they didn't. So if there's anything to be learned from that, it's just another show that people are willing to stand up and fight. And then there's those cowards who are willing to hide behind the computer, laugh, and talk shit about somebody who wanted to fight. Obviously these are children because of the way they responded, but that's life.
I don't know, nothing I can think about right now.
Just stop it.
Yeah.
I want to see this will work. Stop recording. End recording.